Aye.
The sudden storm was brought about by a Sumatra squall, the authorities and experts told CNA. A squall is simply a sudden burst of strong winds that are accompanied by heavy rain. It is brief but intense, and it can die down as quickly as it started. A Sumatra squall has characteristics that are specific to this region. It is a line of thunderstorms that develops over Indonesia's Sumatra Island, or the Strait of Malacca, then moves eastwards to affect Singapore and Peninsula Malaysia.
好，大洪水啦！
哦，远了。
Today, we take you inside the unfolding tragedy in Hunan. What caused this disaster? Who is being affected? And what lies ahead for millions in its path? Stay with us for an in-depth report. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more updates on China's climate crisis. It began with days of relentless rain, powered by early monsoon surges, and the aftermath of tropical storm Wu-Tip. In a typical case, a thunderstorm line or squall line can bring about 1 to 2 hours of thundery showers. On Tuesday, the squall line rapidly swept across Singapore from about 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., said the Met Service in response to CNA's queries on Wednesday. Maximum wind gusts recorded at automatic weather stations ranged from about 40 kilometers per hour to 80 kilometers per hour, it added. East Coast Parkway registered the highest at 83.2 kilometers per hour, while 4 other areas, Pasir Panjang, Changi, Sembawang, and Siltar, recorded wind gusts of above 70 kilometers per hour. Yunnan is known for its diverse landscapes, stretching from highland plateaus to snow-capped mountains, tropical rainforests, and river-cut canyons. Nature here is powerful and, at times, overwhelming. When the rains began, they seemed ordinary, seasonal, expected. But quickly the clouds darkened. The downpour intensified. Rivers began to rise. Streams turned into rushing torrents. And then, with little warning, the flooding began. Their formation is related to the descent of air cooled by radiation on the high ground of northern Sumatra. A Sumatra squall typically occurs during the southwest monsoon and intermonsoon periods between April and November, when winds are normally from the southwest.
我们站在桥上的，这真的是。
A powerful atmospheric river caused street flooding in parts of Metro Vancouver Saturday, closing some roads and soaking voters headed to the polls in BC's provincial election. North Shore Emergency Management has opened a reception center for residents of North Vancouver and West Vancouver displaced by the storm. Rain. It was a system collapsing under pressure. Saturated mountains, triggering landslides. rivers rising past warning levels, and aging flood defenses pushed to their limit. Two rivers made history and disaster. The Lishui River, a vital artery of southern Hunan, surged more than 2 meters above safe levels. Meanwhile, the Milwo River in Pingjiang County rose 3.7 meters above flood warning level, a level not seen in 70 years. These weren't slow floods, they were sudden surges. Within hours, neighborhoods were overwhelmed. Residents were forced to climb to rooftops, schools became shelters, and rescue teams launched urgent evacuations by boat.
开始要冲走了。
Severe thunderstorm activity dumped heavy rains on parts of West and North Trinidad yesterday afternoon, resulting in severe flash flooding. Flash flooding occurred in Barataria, San Juan, as well as the western main road in Corinage and Glencoe, Marival, and Diego Martin. The North Coast Road was obstructed by a landslide. By midweek, over 400,000 people across 7 major regions were affected. Evacuations came fast. Over 163,600 people were moved to safety. 547,800 people were mobilized to assist in the rescue and containment efforts. 21,000 emergency workers deployed across Hunan to reinforce dikes, monitor rivers, and save lives. It's strongly associated with southwest wind, said Dr. Wang Jingyu, an assistant professor of physical geography at the National Institute of Education, NIE. The southwesterly winds are forced to ascend over the Bukit Barisan mountain range, generating linear-shaped convection systems that propagate across the Malacca Strait toward the Malaysian Peninsula.
家家户户都被淹了，连都去，对的对的。青田不知道哎，云。
According to the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government, flooding was reported in Petit Valley, near Street Lucian Road, Western Main Road near Shorelands, Cocorite, Diamondvale, La Siva and Marival, and Morne Coco Road. Blue Basin, Gittins Avenue in Marival, and Saddle Road in Santa Cruz were also affected. In the hardest hit regions, including remote mountain counties, entire villages found themselves surrounded by water. Roads disappeared beneath muddy waves. Hillsides gave way, sending tons of rock and soil crashing into valleys below. In Sangji County, where rainfall topped 664 millimeters, entire roads disappeared. Some residents said they'd never seen anything like this in their lifetime. One elderly man told local reporters, "I remember the 1998 floods. But this is fiercer, faster. The water is more violent." Dozens of people took to social media yesterday to show how their vehicles and properties were affected. A video shared on social media shows fallen trees blocking the pathway leading to Maracas Beach, while another clip captures the murky brown water of the Diego Martin River near the West Moorings Bridge, dangerously close to spilling over. One driver, heading west on the Diego Martin Highway near Crystal Stream, filmed the flooded roadway. Structure across Hunan is struggling. More than 1,500 reservoirs were either overflowing or undergoing emergency discharges. National roads were submerged. Local rail lines were suspended. Power and clean water access were cut in some rural areas. But the response has been massive. Bulldozers clearing roads. Emergency tents set up in school gyms. Boats ferrying the elderly to dry land. There are no evacuation orders or alerts in place, but videos posted online show floodwaters encroaching on homes and businesses in multiple locations on the North Shore. The reception center is located at Mickey McDougall Recreation Center, 240 East 23rd Street in North Vancouver. Dr. Wong added that on average, squalls occur 5 to 10 times per month during these peak seasons. According to a 2020 report by the Met Service, the country experiences 45 squalls per year on average. Squalls often occur in the pre-dawn hours or early morning. Wind gusts caused by Sumatra squalls can be strong enough to uproot trees and cause property damage, as observed on Tuesday night. Volunteers delivering water, food, and medical care. China's central government issued level 3 emergency alerts, the third highest response, while Hunan local officials activated round-the-clock rescue coordination. Climate scientists are calling this a perfect storm of vulnerability. Avenue in Maryville and Morne Coco Road, Petit Valley. The Diego Martin Highway was also impassable. In Maryville, the river had reached full capacity. A Bishan resident told CNA that shop shelves came crashing down and items that were unsecured were blown over. People actually hunkered down in shops for a few minutes because on the corridors it was way too windy and dangerous, the resident added. NSEM called its region the epicenter of the storm, saying in a statement that the volume of rain was overwhelming storm drainage systems in the municipalities it covers. There is overland flooding across the North Shore, the statement reads, advising residents to avoid unnecessary travel and stay away from trails near streams, creeks and rivers, and steep slopes.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
The East Asian monsoon arrived early this year, combining with Wutip's remnants. But underneath the weather is something deeper. Rising global temperatures mean the atmosphere holds more moisture. Urban sprawl has reduced water absorption, worsening runoff. Diego Martin Mayor Akalaya Glasgow Warner said the Borough Corporation received reports of flooding in Corinage, Alice Glen, Maryville, Morne Coco, St. Lucian Road, Chumamanca, and other parts of the region. Gowan Avenue in Deep Cove became a torrent of rushing water, with video from the scene showing some businesses attempting to erect barriers to divert the water away from their doors. West Vancouver police shared video of muddy water and debris flowing down the steep hill of 21st Street near Queens Avenue. These reports have been directed to our disaster management unit, and arrangements are being made to assist residents as needed. Filled sandbags are currently being distributed at the disaster management unit, 2 to 3 Orchid Drive, Petit Valley. You may also reach the unit directly at 800 DMRC, 3672. Residents may also reach their counselors who are on standby to render assistance, she said. According to Dr. Wong, a 5-minute rainfall totaling 11.4 millimeters, equivalent to 137 millimeters per hour, and a 10-minute average wind speed of 26.3 knots, equivalent to 48.7 kilometers per hour, were recorded.
The alternator.
In many towns, power was knocked out. Communications were lost. Bridges collapsed, isolating entire populations from rescue teams and emergency responders. The land itself seemed to shift beneath people's feet. In one particularly dramatic episode, nearly 300 tourists became stranded near a sacred mountain range.
Heavy downpours have resulted in severe flooding in Granada. Flooding has been reported in several areas, including River Road, Westerhall, Woodlands, and in the vicinity of the National Stadium. Videos online showed vehicles being washed away by strong floodwaters along River Road, while students were seen climbing on top chairs at the flooded T.A. Mary Show Community College. The Ministry of Education, in a statement a short while ago, advised principals, parents, and guardians that the deteriorating conditions caused by flash flooding must be taken seriously.
A popular destination known for its stunning scenery and spiritual significance. With roads cut off and weather conditions worsening, helicopters were called in to evacuate the group.
It said school leaders have been advised to instruct students not to proceed into the flood-prone areas. The ministry stated parents should go to the schools to collect their children or send a guardian to collect them on their behalf. It said, "Let us do all within our power to ensure our teachers and students are safe and protected from the floodwaters."
Their rescue, while successful, underscored the gravity of the situation across the province. Local authorities quickly declared an emergency. Within hours, thousands of responders were mobilized. Soldiers, firefighters, medical personnel, and civilian volunteers formed search and rescue teams. They worked around the clock, sometimes in dangerous terrain, to reach stranded residents, assess damage, and deliver supplies. In the city of Matata, floodwaters swept away a school minibus packed with children. A search and rescue operation is underway. 3 children survived, clinging to trees for hours before being pulled to safety. Several others remain missing. Rescue crews are combing rivers and flooded plains, hoping for more survivors. This heartbreaking incident.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments.